Moving on to the controversy over who should shoulder the cost of the THAAD deployment on the Korean peninsula. Seoul's defense ministry says renegotiation is not up for discussion and that it's clear under a mutual agreement with the U.S. that the American military has to pick up the expenses. It also emphasized the issue should be separated from talks over the cost of stationing American troops on the peninsula. Jung-soo has the details.
South Korea's defense ministry reaffirmed once again on Monday that it will not pay for the U.S. missile defense system THAAD, and that the question of who pays for the battery cannot be renegotiated unless the entire status of forces agreement is revised.
The issue of who pays for THAAD has already been finalized and is also stipulated in the status of forces agreement. This can't be renegotiated.
The ministry was responding to comments by U.S. President Donald Trump, who said Friday that South Korea should pay for the THAAD battery at a cost of about $1 billion, comments deemed by many as misinformed. On Sunday, South Korea's National Security Advisor Kim Kwon-jin and his U.S. counterpart H.R. McMaster spoke by phone to clear up the confusion, which ironically only created more confusion. According to the presidential office of Cheongwade, McMaster had reportedly reassured Kim that the U.S. would stand by the current deal. McMaster affirmed that in an interview with Fox News on Sunday, saying he had told Kim that the U.S. would adhere to its word. But he also said that the last thing he would want to do is contradict the president, and the president had asked them to review the defense cost-sharing agreements with U.S. allies, meaning THAAD could also be renegotiated in that context.
The defense ministry also responded to growing speculation by the South Korean media that the U.S. will try to use the THAAD deployment as a bargaining chip to force Seoul to contribute more to the cost of stationing American troops on the peninsula.
Under current agreements, South Korea is required to contribute to labor cost sharing, construction and logistics. Weapons acquisition is not part of defense cost sharing, as you may already be aware.
Preliminary procedures for defense cost-sharing negotiations are expected to begin near the end of the year. Jung-soo, Arirang News.